Good morning. Today is Wednesday, January 8th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. There are 3 large wildfires burning in the Los Angeles area, and they are not under control. The largest is the Palisades fire burning northwest of L.A. It's less than 24 hours old, and it has already consumed about 3,000 acres. Steve Futterman is nearby and says the Palisades fire is being fueled by incredibly powerful winds.
Listen to this wind, these gusts. In some cases, we've heard reports from the National Weather Service of gusts nearly 100 miles an hour. And when the fire begins, these gusts just spread the fire rapidly. And there's really very little the firefighters can do.
Steve Futterman reporting from Los Angeles County. There are 2 more fires burning in the area. The Eaton fire, burning in the Pasadena-Altadena area, has scorched about 1,000 acres. The Hearst fire, burning north of L.A., has charred about 500 acres. Thousands of people have evacuated. Both Los Angeles and Ventura counties are under states of emergency. Mourners are continuing to pass by the casket of former President Jimmy Carter. He is lying in state at the U.S. Capitol. His body and his family were received there yesterday by members of Congress and White House officials. Vice President Harris eulogized Carter, calling him a man ahead of his time.
Jimmy Carter was that all too rare example of a gifted man who also walks with humility, modesty, and grace.
Carter will continue to lie in state through tomorrow morning. His body will then be moved to the Washington National Cathedral, where his state funeral will be held. Carter will be laid to rest tomorrow afternoon in his hometown of Plains, Georgia, next to his wife, the late former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, who died in 2023. Authorities in Las Vegas, Nevada, have released more information on the man who blew up a Tesla Cybertruck and killed himself in front of the Trump Hotel on New Year's Day. NPR's Kirk Siegler reports the man used the AI service ChatGPT to plan that attack.
Las Vegas Sheriff Kevin McMahill says the Cybertruck driver Matthew Livelsberger used artificial intelligence to learn how much explosives he'd need and where to buy them. McMahill says it's still unclear why he chose Las Vegas.
Do we consider this a terrorist attack or an attempted terrorist attack? And I would just simply say that we haven't closed any doors on where our investigation is going to lead us.
Authorities also released surveillance footage showing Livelsberger pouring racing fuel on the truck, which they say contained 60 pounds of explosives that ignited after he shot himself. Police say the decorated 37-year-old active-duty Green Beret had no prior record and hadn't been considered a threat. Kirk Siegler, NPR News.
NASA says it will pursue 2 options for a robotic mission to bring back rock samples from Mars. As NPR's Nell Greenfield-Boyce reports, a previous plan was abandoned because it was too expensive.
The original plan had projected costs that had ballooned to around $11 billion. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson says it was unacceptable. He says instead the agency will simultaneously explore 2 cheaper options for getting Mars rocks home. One would use tried-and-true technology from past Mars missions. The other would rely on new commercial capabilities.
The final decision is likely to come in 2026.
He says either of these 2 options would cost around $6 to $7 billion and would get Mars rocks back before 2040. Scientists hope that studying these pristine rock samples could reveal whether Mars has ever been home to life in any form. Nell Greenfield-Boyce, NPR News.
I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News.